and welcome. You're watching Breaking Views with me, Sanket Upadhyay, the only show where we get you all the views so that you get the complete picture. Now, today is the second day of ED questioning of Rahul Gandhi. While we'll get into the merits of this case and the entire discussion and the Congress mobilizing its cadre and going and rallying behind their leader and the BJP commenting, that's a separate story. We've been debating that extensively. Today we want to present to you a sort of a report card of the Enforcement Directorate. What it does with leaders in the BJP and what it does with leaders in other parties and what happens when these leaders of other parties join the BJP. So let's place that one by one. So there was Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma. He was the ED heat or the strobe light was on him in the Sarada scam. He joined the BJP from the Congress. Now he's Chief Minister of Assam. Next, Mr. B.S. Yedurappa, ex-Karnataka Chief Minister in the disproportionate assets case. Political pause. The next big case, Mr. Narayan Rane. He joined the BJP from the Congress and suddenly this allegation of money laundering against him, political pause. Next big name, Shuvendu Adhikari, an accused in the Narada scam. From the TMC, he switched to the BJP, again a political pause. So why these pauses? Is the ED being used as a political tool? And the moment there is a switch, then suddenly there is a political pause. You look at what is happening. Let's look at each one of these cases one by one. The ED crackdown on opposition leaders. So you've got Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi of the Congress party have been accused of misappropriating funds. They've been summoned in a money laundering case related to the National Herald newspaper. Satyendra Jain of the Aam Aadmi Party, disproportionate assets case to the tune of 1.67 crore rupees. In 2015-2017, he's in custody till the 9th of June. Karti Chidambaram of the Congress party allegedly facilitated visas to Chinese workers for a bribe of 50 lakh rupees in 2011 when P. Chidambaram was Home Minister. P. Chidambaram himself under investigation in the INX Media and Aircel Maxis case. D.K. Shivkumar of the Congress money laundering case, charges of tax evasion and hawala dealings. Sanjay Raut of the Shiv Sena, money laundering case involving his wife for alleged irregularities in redevelopment projects in Mumbai. Anil Parab of the Shiv Sena, case against him for resort constructed in Dapoli, Ratnagiri in violation of coastal regulatory zone rules. Farooq Abdullah of the National Conference, money laundering case related to alleged irregularities to the tune of 43 crores in the J&K Cricket Association. Ajit Pawar of the NCP under the scanner in a money laundering case involving family members. Abhishek Banerjee of the TMC, Banerjee and his wife accused in an alleged coal smuggling case. He's being investigated by the CBI as well. The point is, this list is very long, but long and filled with opposition leaders. It appears that if you are in the BJP or you switch sides and come to the BJP, there will be no central agency or an ED probe against you. In a situation like this, while we are building up this argument, we are going to put to debate a very crucial point. You see, opposition says and claims, they can put all of this together, tabulate this and say, we are under constant attack. That's their plea. Can this engineer an index of opposition unity, and can that be reflected in the upcoming president polls? Can we see that index of opposition unity? Or will we see a very scattered opposition? That has been the case, particularly on very crucial issues like president polls. Can ED action against opposition leaders unite them? That's the question that we are asking. Let's quickly put this to a discussion. Brijmohan Srivastava of the NCP, Supriya Shrinate, National Spokesperson of the Congress, Dr. Shashi Panja is a Cabinet Minister in the government of West Bengal, Aman Lekhi, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, PKD Nambiar supports the BJP, and Professor Govardhan Das, Leader of the BJP. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll begin with you first, Supriya Shrinate. You see this long list of ED action and also how ED action changes or gets diluted once, or there is a political pause once people shift. You know, the whole allegation of BJP washing machine. Do you think it's high time that this be seen as a reason for the opposition to unite?
Let's talk about opposition unity in just a while. I have been seeing this from day one, that agar aap BJP ka virod kar rahe hain, then obviously you will be subjected to their newfound frontals, which is ED, CBI and income tax. But if you join the BJP, आपने गंगा नहा ली, सर्फ से आपके सारे दाग धुल जाते हैं और आप पाक साफ हो जाते हैं. That's what they are really doing. But the reality is not that. The reality is how every agency under this government is being abused to threaten, to intimidate, and to systematically erode institutions and our democracy at large. When you are targeting opposition leaders on fabricated, absolutely fabricated charges, the reality is questions will be asked. I will ask you just one question in the last 10 seconds and then throw this debate open. Mr. Gandhi is being questioned by the ED for the second day in a row. We have no issues with that. Go ahead, question him. But what is ED's protocol? Where is the scheduled, crime that he has committed? Where are proceeds of that crime? ED has to, ED has to question somebody after an FIR has been launched. Where is the FIR? We have been questioning this government multiple times. They've shown us no FIR. There is no FIR to the best of our knowledge. There is no scheduled crime. There is no proceed of crime. Section 25 company, which is actually for profit and not a single paisa can be taken out. This is reputation assassination and intimidation. But guess what? You can't intimidate everybody under the sun. The more you try and intimidate a few of us, the more backlash you will face.
Professor Govardhan Das, how would you respond to these allegations of reputation assassination?
Yes. Good evening, my fellow panelists. I have a first question to you. You are trying to link with the BJP with all this ED and CBI. These are, I think, independent agencies. Do you have a letter or evidence? Wait, just wait a minute. I mean, I didn't interrupt you. Don't interrupt. Let me speak.
I'm laughing.
You can laugh because the Congress government.
No, Professor Das, the answer, please.
The scam master A to Z.
Professor Das, please, your answer.
Yeah. Second thing is, can you, the Congress, the spokesperson, can you ensure they haven't done in scam? Scam is all proven from A to Z, from mine to land to sky. The scams are everywhere.
Which one?
So basically,
which scam has been proven? Can you name even one scam? You've been in government for 8 years.
Which scam is not proven?
Scam?
How many?
Can you name
Augusta
one scam?
Westland scam. What is the other scam? Waffle scam. CWG scam.
The problem is you have not been able to prove anything. Stop that rubbish. Stop that bullshit right there. Because you have not been able to prove anything in the last 8 years. You only come with accusations. You know what? You built on 2G. The court said there was no 2G scam. You built on CWG. You haven't been able to prove anything. So don't come with fabricated fake news, WhatsApp forwards. Stop doing that to this country.
People of this country knows the Congress as the scam grace. Don't. All the Congress is known for the scam. Congress is known. Congress is known for the Congress.
Okay, one moment. We are stuck in a loop here. Professor Das, one moment.
Of this country rejected you.
Professor Das, I have to come in here and bring in Mr. Aman Lekhi. One moment, Mr. Aman Lekhi. Let's talk about this case. The Congress party says the following things. There is no FIR in this case. Then they say where is the scheduled offence? Where are the proceeds of the crime? For the ED to initiate, should there not be these things visible? How do you look at this?
For the ED, which is the BJP's frontal, these things are not important.
I will not get into the whataboutery of this.
Yeah.
Can I answer? I don't
Yes,
know
Mr.
who was
Lekhi.
intervening. Is the question to me?
Yes, Mr. Lekhi.
Whoever was the panelist talking about the law is absolutely unaware of the legal provisions or the legal principles. First of all, you can't confuse money laundering with scheduled offence, because money laundering, while relating to scheduled offence, is different from scheduled offence, firstly. Secondly, this statement which is repeatedly being made that there has to be an FIR before proceedings under Money Laundering Act was initiated is ex facie wrong, because the Act actually says there should be a scheduled offence. The question of there being a scheduled offence may be in an FIR, but it may not only be an FIR. And in this particular case, because cognizance has been taken by the court, and the court is prima facie of the view that the case is in fact existing, the standard is of a higher degree than a mere FIR, which is an accusation. So if a money laundering offence can actually be investigated in FIR, there is a greater cause for it being investigated where the scheduled offence is one of which cognizance has been taken, firstly. So this submission which is being made that unless there is an FIR, there has to be, is bereft of any legal understanding. And I don't want any interruption, madam. A question is being put to me. Either you know the law or you don't interrupt when the person who knows the law is making that submission.
Keep your whataboutery and arrogance at home. As a affiliate of the BJP, don't talk to me like that.
No, one by one, please. One by one. No, one more. One by one, please.
No, this is,
keep your arrogance at bay.
Unless you have the capacity to listen and the ability to understand, I don't think you will be in a position to respond. I have a question. I am not here in the politics. The question of law has been put to me. Law and politics are absolutely unaligned. I am making a submission about law, and I am better versed in talking about law than you are.
So don't tell me you are here in your legal capacity only. That's all right.
Beneficiary of the BJP. You dump whatever you are saying, and whatever you are saying is. Am I to explain what the law is, or am I to respond to this political slugfest in which I am unnecessarily involved?
Okay, can we as of this moment, Mr. Lekhi, if you could just conclude. Yeah, you can make your point and then I'll
just complete. One by actually, one. See, the lady's apprehension is that she wants to look away from the law, and it's a typical ad hominem submission where you attack the speaker and move away from the submission. This is typical of politicians. I'm not a politician. I don't want to be one, because I don't think they are capable of any sensible discourse. But coming back to this particular issue, first, an FIR is not required, firstly. Secondly, this bogey of 25 is also misconceived, 25 or 8, because law is not concerned only with form, law is concerned with substance. And even if you look at 8 or 25, there is provision in law to actually revisit even the registration which is being made. And notwithstanding the fact that the company is being registered, its affairs can yet be conducted fraudulently, in which case interference can actually happen. And in this particular case, what is pertinent is, and this is something because you mentioned other instances, and I'm not here dealing with the politics of it, what is pertinent here is that in this particular case itself, two other Congress politicians have already, one relating to Young India, the other relating to the Associated Journal, have already been examined. There was no protest. There's been also an attachment of property, whether relating to Panchkula or Bombay, which has not been challenged. And what is being repeatedly mentioned is the case was closed in 2015, which is not.
Pure lies.
One by one. I'll come to you. Yes.
No, she is very keen to come in. I have not yet, I don't know where she wants to go, but what I'm saying is she can go wherever we want to. Let me complete whatever I'm saying. Now, as far as this particular issue is concerned, so just to sum up, because the interruption will actually jumble up what is being said. One, insofar as proceeding in money laundering are concerned, proceeding in money laundering do not require an FIR, and I don't want to be educated in this subject by a person having absolutely no idea about the subject.
Okay.
Number two, 25 is not a defense whatsoever. And number three, whatever is to happen, it is not a question of politics, it's a question of law. Whatever is to happen will be unearthed in the inquiry, and whatever will follow.
Okay, let me give a right to reply to Supriya Shinate, and then we'll move on with the discussion. Supriya.
I love the arrogance of the gentleman. I love the arrogance when he says that I know nothing and he knows it all. And I love the arrogance when he says he doesn't want to talk about the politics of it. You are a beneficiary of the BJP politics. Till not so long back, you were the ASG. Your family is associated with the BJP. Let's put facts to test here. 1 second. You don't have to laugh and sound more arrogant than you already have.
You are a beneficiary of the Congress because the way in which you've forsaken your intelligence to party loyalty. Yes. Don't teach me about what benefits is. Congress manifests this kind of attitude in this most extreme form. I don't need to be given any certificates from you because you are incapable of giving them. And confine yourself to the merits rather than addressing me. I am not the subject matter. It's your leader Rahul Gandhi who is the subject matter of this debate.
Ms. Shinate as well as Mr. Lekhi, this subject is a little bit more than the two of you. So quick response, Ms. Shinate, and then we move on.
मैं यही चाह रही थी, असलियत सामने आए तो बौखला जाते हैं। अरे अपने नारंगी रंग क्यों छुपा रहे हैं? असलियत सामने आती है, बौखलाइए मत।
बौखला जाते हैं।
I am just here saying one very important
respond to what I've said.
That AJL was a company that was set up by the freedom fighters of this land, from Kailash Nath Karju to Rafi Ahmed Kidmai to Jawaharlal Nehru to the Tata Trusts. That company ran into trouble. 90 crore worth of loan was given by the Congress party. Debt was extinguished into equity and was transferred to Young India. Assets remain with the AJL. And Young India only becomes a shareholder of the AJL. Remember that. Also remember, with equity being transferred to Young India, it's a Section 25 company, not a paisa of dividend, profit, salary or financial benefits can be given to shareholders or directors. Is there any other reading of Section 25 or Section 8 of the 2013 Companies Act? I do not know. Maybe there is some fabrication that the BJP and its affiliates have come up with.
Tell you what.
I'm only trying to tell here. No, I'm only trying to say one thing here. This was a shut case. Remember, the ED director was transferred. पदमुक्त कर दिया था उनको. क्यों किया गया था? क्योंकि बीजेपी को प्रोसिक्यूट करना था इसमें.
Okay, you know,
भेजा गया क्योंकि ये करना था. You sounding lunatic. Don't laugh like that. You sound lunatic. This is borderline lunacy.
Mr. Lekhi has spoken more with his face than with his voice tonight. Very quickly, I will introduce others also because they've not spoken, and Mr. Lekhi can come in and actually put words to his expressions on TV. Yes, Mr. Srivastav, I want to come to you now. You see, the point is, and I again circle back to the main point where the ED crackdown appears to be largely against opposition leaders and seems to hit some sort of a pause when those opposition leaders join the BJP. Now, similar action has been initiated or is presently on in the case of some NCP leaders also. Do you feel that, and now I make the larger point, and I'll ask this to Ms. Panja also, that here is a time that if you are united in this grief, so-called grief, then should that also not reflect in your index of opposition unity?
No, I personally feel as a political worker that whatever BJP is doing through this all enforcement agencies is simply an indication that they want to eliminate the political leaders of the country. It is
eliminate.
It is a process of elimination from the politics. Very correct. Not the physical elimination, but it is elimination from the politics. It is the right way, because once a party does not work as per the wishes of their voters.
Okay.
So what they are having the chance with them, because we have to see the motive of the BJP. Why BJP is doing, why the BJP leadership is doing this thing with the political, with the opposition leaders only. Because they personally feel it, or they are getting the information from the various corners that the voters are not favoring them, voters are not happy with them, and therefore they want to eliminate, politically they want to eliminate the political peoples. Therefore they are making this thing.
No, which is why I ask you this question. That should then, for instance, this meeting that is going to take place of all opposition leaders be a reflection of your unity.
Yeah, because it is the beginning of the unity. Because tomorrow, Honorable Mamata Banerjee has invited the opposition leaders, and they are all sitting with the present situation, and they will assess the things, what is going on, what we have to do, what we have to plan it.
Okay, Dr. Shashi Panja.
It is time
Dr.
for
Shashi Panja, I want to come to you now, and I ask you the similar question. Do you feel that this should then be, if the entire opposition very strongly feels that agencies are being used for furthering political gains on behalf of the central government, then is it now time for all of you to unite?
Absolutely.
For instance, leaders of the Trinamool Congress have also been probed today.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know whether you, Sanketji, thank you and good evening to all. And Sanketji, if you have the letter of the Chief Minister of Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, which she has written to various opposition leaders and the chief ministers of various opposition-run states, in which she does mention this, very clearly, that opposition leaders are being deliberately targeted by different central agencies. the country's image is maligned internationally, and there are bitter dissensions. So it is trying to strengthen our resistance. And this is the call of unity which she has placed through this letter and also time and again. And she has always said that we need to be united because dissenting voices in this country are being ruthlessly targeted. Secondly, we cannot deny the fact that Indians are disillusioned with the BJP. But Indians do not find a viable alternative. So opposition must be united so that we place a viable choice for the Indians. Now, in both houses of parliament, there is very good flow coordination between the MPs of various opposition parties. But this coordination also has to be outside parliament. And tomorrow's meeting is one leap forward. Tomorrow's meeting will definitely catapult this unity
to the next level.
Because
but
we
the
are
point
here
is
to
we usually
discuss
see that there
tomorrow.
are fissures and then it never sails through. There is some or the other problem, and many people working at cross purposes. Professor Govardhan Das wanted to come in.
Yes, I want to come in for a minute. I want to ask Madam Paja. So, do you believe in Sharda scam, Narada scam, and the coal and the cow? What is the cow? Scam, all this.
Yeah,
do you believe in this? You believe in this, right? If you do believe, you should not
I understood what you were trying to
come
get
on.
at.
Let me finish.
Sanketji, it's good that you've not finished. You are just going to slander again. I'm sorry to say, Professor Govardhan Das, you're just going to go into a slander game. You see, if there are agencies, let them work. You don't trust the agencies, it seems. It's because that is what we are saying. We have always, whenever we have dissented with you, you have ridiculed us. And you are trying to do the same, which I'm not going to sit here and accept.
Okay,
Sanketji, thank you
let
for
me
bringing
quickly
up
move on.
the list.
And apologies to Mr. PKD Nambiar who has not spoken.
Mr.
Nambiar,
washing machine.
Mr. Nambiar, how would you respond? This political argument will always
Professor Das,
Ms. Panja as well as Ms. Panja and Mr. Das. Please wait.
If you believe, do you believe that Subhendu Adhikari?
Mr. Nambiar, please.
That Subhendu Adhikari was in the
Mr. Nambiar, please. My question to you, Professor Das and Ms. Panja, I request you to wait, please. I request you to wait. This question is for Mr. Nambiar. Mr. Nambiar,
do you believe that they were in those?
Okay,
but just because they are now
one more. I have to step in here. Only Mr. PKD Nambiar. Mr. Nambiar, my question is that how don't you think any and all action of the Enforcement Directorate now will have to go through this prism? I mean, look at this long list. Why should the ED not face allegations of becoming a political tool?
That's an allegation which has been there for the last couple of years, ever since maybe from the last
with proof, no? With proof.
That's an amazing proof what you have. We all wanted to prove today that whether it is Ajit Pawar or Chidambaram or Karti Chidambaram or everybody, all those whom you are naming, including DK Shivkumar from his Delhi house, the income tax authorities have could get more than crores and crores of rupees, and all these people you have already given a clean sheet.
No, I'm not. I have not given a clean sheet. So but I am saying that are only leaders of the opposition corrupt?
No, my question
or they are the only, or suddenly something magically happens to people when they switch from an opposition party to the BJP. Like Mr. Sarma, like Narayan Rane, like Shubhendu Adhikari.
Most of these cases or the names which you have taken, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, most of these cases are much before the BJP government came into power. So if an agency which is meant for a particular purpose, if that agency has been put into an action on the proper way, how can you even just make it?
The chronology is wrong.
Anybody whomsoever is having wrong
chronology.
हिंदी में आपको कहते हैं जिसने नमक खाया उसको पानी पीना पड़ेगा, अगर जिसने नमक नहीं खाया उसको पानी नहीं पीना पड़ेगा.
I've run out of time. I've run out of time on this discussion. Very quickly, Mr. Lekhi, would you want a right to reply and try to put some words in your expressions in 10-15 seconds?
Let the world see how BJP affiliates and supporters have arrogance when they come to shows, how they want to put down everybody, and how they know nothing about morality in public life. Let them go ahead and show that arrogance.
That's all. We only
Ma'am,
wanted
you
to
have,
say that
ma'am,
don't do scam.
everybody knows that
You
55
see,
years Congress.
put the question to me, I mean,
nation
it
to
makes some
exist.
confusion about identity.
You have brought the
Okay.
nation. BJP has
Okay,
brought the
too many
nation
people
to
speaking.
exist.
I have to hard stop on this discussion. Please,
And-
thank you very much for joining
and-
us. We stop for a short break at this moment. News continues on the other side. Stay with us.